Hello and welcome to your daily oracle reading for Monday, April 6th, 2020. I'm Linda the Lightworker. I'm so glad you're here. I'm an energy worker, light worker, just a tarot reader. I don't know what I am anymore. Can't really use those words as identifiers anymore, right? When we use our work to identify us. But I do know that I am a light worker and I'm supposed to be here during this time of transition that we're going through. And I hope any of the information I share with you during our general reading is to help uplift you and to help keep our focus on the inside where it's supposed to be so that we can do our inner work so we don't need to repeat any of this crap that's coming up right now, right? If you want to know more about me, all my information is down below in the descriptions box. So let's jump into our general reading. Our first card today is the Five of Swords. Now, this card is all about being self-destructive. Look at how this earthworm has sliced himself in half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hard to see, right in the middle there. Now the thing about the earthworm, when he splinters off, he is going to be able to repair himself, right? Don't earthworms, they can regenerate life? Like, we can't do that yet. So pay attention to where you are and what your behaviors are like, or if you have any self-sabotaging behaviors or thoughts that are coming up into your head, or if you're in recovery of any kind, it might be tempting at this time to go down those bunny trails of substances that might not be good for you. And it could be anything. It could be sugar. You know, I always talk about the sugar. I was on the sugar ride earlier last week, and boy, what a number that does to us. But just pay attention where your energy is and not to cut yourself off, right? Make sure you pay attention to how you're treating yourself. Our second card, because we are still in this burdenous, heavy, chaotic time, while there may be a little bit of light getting through, all of this burden, all this chaos is still around us. And it's a little tricky to stay on our life purpose path, especially when everyone really needs to be inside. I mean, without a doubt, if you have not been ordered inside, I know if you're in the United States or the UK or the EU, most places in the US are under the stay put order, the house arrest, as some people are calling it. But really, while there is all this chaos going on, finding our own inner peace is really what is at hand here. Now, we do have the full moon coming up soon in Libra, and that's always about justice and finding our balance. So while you're having all these emotions and one thought might lead to another, thinking about the future leads to a whole bunny trail of woes or fears or anxiety. Really notice where your thoughts are and resist the urge to be self-destructive today. And that's the invitation. Might be a little tricky because our final tarot card today is the Eight of Wands, and this is all about sudden change or movement. So my hope is that we have some positive change globally with this terrible virus that's happening. But be on the alert of any sudden changes you might have. Pay attention to your health. Make sure you're taking really, really, really extra good care of yourself these days, because this sudden change or this sudden movement might come from, I'm listening, Spirit, do we have any guidance here? No, some might really need to relocate. When I came out here, I live in New Mexico, Santa Fe, and it was the actions of this sudden, like this Eight of Wands coming forward, that sudden change, that sudden movement. I moved out here in 3 days. I mean, got my stuff together and packed it up and flew out here. So things can happen in that divine timing that can go really, really quickly. So just pay attention to the movement. What's most important is how you're dealing with the chaos. if you're having chaos in your mind, chaos of the, the situation where we are right now, remember the self-care piece is such a big one, will help ease this chaos as it arises so we don't end up really sabotaging ourselves. So even though I read these cards left to right, I'm really seeing this as right to left, which is the sudden change that created the chaos, which leads to self-sabotage. So it can go the other way too. Remember, if you are recovering from anything, just remember your healthy self-practice, right? Remember what feels good. Remember to slow your thoughts down. And it is the invitation to stay in the present moment and trust that something good is going to work out, because so many things have happened that have been out of our control. And our final card today, I'm not gonna like this, I don't think, is the Taking Shelter card. And the message says, the answers are within. Certainly what we know for sure about this whole virus that's been going on and this whole situation of us being insular now and in our cocoon mode, as I've been calling it, is that it is the invitation to go within and to really do our inner work to find that peace within us. And sometimes, if we're living in close quarters, that's tricky to do. And some of us don't like to go within because as soon as you close your eyes, you can have stories or your mind starts racing. So it's the invitation to do that breath work and to slow those thoughts down and really question those thoughts, like, what's this all about? What kind of spirit, what kind of answer are you, what kind of message are you bringing me? That's the invitation, to slow it down and really talk to your thoughts and your messages. All right, my dear, sounds like a day for us to just really notice what arises. And if you're having a hard time settling those thoughts, really write them down. Just get a notebook out and just write them down. And if it's all nonsense, it doesn't matter if it's memories or if you're having strong memories from your childhood or images coming up from your dream time, write them down. So many people are having fire altars, and we also have a full moon approaching later in the week. So that can intensify emotions. It can bring a lot of emotions up to the surface. And as we are really starting to settle into either staying in place or completely ignoring this warning of staying put, it's just the opportunity to go within, take the pressure off yourself from achieving take these big goals off the table and keep it small. Really think about doing your laundry or doing your self-care. Take a shower. I know some of you haven't been bathing. Some of you have been just feeling paralyzed. So just go as easy as you can with yourself. And I hope you know how much I love you. It's been a tricky time. So just hold steady, little tomato. We're going to get through this, all right? All right, that's our reading for today. Take your shelter, wear your mask, or make a mask. And those of you who've been contributing to my little fund that I have on Facebook under my name, Linda Silberman, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. This really just came out of nowhere, and I certainly wasn't prepared for the financial responsibilities that have come up for me. So those of you who have made a donation, I'm really so tremendously grateful. You have no idea. So just thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're one of my new subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Turn off the bell if you don't want to know when I upload a video. But I'm really glad that you stopped by here. And remember, you are God's most favorite child. And something good's going to come out of all this. I don't know what it is, but perhaps it'll be a way for us to live our lives with a little bit less pressure on the working part of our lives and a little bit more focus on keeping those connections with people that we love and people who are close and dear to your hearts and my heart, and that hopefully we'll be able to remember to love each other even more deeply, even though we're physically not as connected as we were before. Okay, my dear, I love you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.